What's up, pseudo-penises and penisettes? Welcome to another edition of the History Hyenas with Chris Distefano, a.k.a. Chrissy Clean Dick. Got my STD results, and your boy's clean. We'll read them to you later. And Yannis, new glasses frames, fucking feta cheese, just cute kid, snowy fucking tits. Pappas.
Yeah, it's snowing in New York City, so it's just day to day at this point.
What, your life?
Everyone's life.
Yeah.
Addicts really figured it out.
Yes.
Addicts figured it out one day at a time,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever else they tell those fucking weak people.
Yeah.
I don't know what they say, but they figured it out. But it's day to day. One day 65 degrees, the next day snowy. It doesn't fucking matter.
Now, is it snowing? Are you wearing boots? Or are you wearing Air Max? Let me ask you a question. Are you wearing boots that are also Air Maxes?
Cause I wish.
Does Air Max make a boot? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you, first of all, you have a lot of Air Maxes, but when you put on another shoe, do you only test that shoe against how it feels versus an Air Max?
Here's the deal, okay? Let's just throw it out on the table.
Yes.
I'm a middle-aged white man.
Yes.
But I grew up in New York City, born in Brooklyn, New York.
100%.
Sneakerhead my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gotten to the point now where comfort is starting to sneak up on style.
Now, if
Air Max are fucking like putting your feet in pillows.
Now, if I can hear it on my end, I'm sure that the matriarchy can hear it, and our fans and if you're new to the podcast, go join the matriarchy, patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys. But you sound a little depressed again, honey. So what's going on? Is it because of the weather?
I just want to say, no matter what you do, keep your shoes on, whatever sneakers you got.
Yeah.
Because if anyone sees those fucking deformed, handicapped feet, you're losing all your deals.
Yes!
Your feet are handicapped.
One of the funniest
They're
things...
special, and they need to be in a program where they're watched by social workers.
One of the funniest things you've ever said is that you said, I have feet that look like they're broken. My feet look like I was born with broken feet. Yeah. Like a broken item from Amazon. Like I came out of the womb. Jesus made me with broken feet.
Your feet, they look like they lost a gambling debt to the mob, and the mob had to do something to send a message you delinquents.
Because, make no mistake, my Aunt Eileen has 6 toes on one foot.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
There's an extra pinky toe?
Yeah, and then she's had to have both of her feet, and my father has this thing called hammer toes.
Yeah.
Where he had to have his big toe and the toe next to his big toe broken and reset, and unfortunately, he said that he had to do it around his mid-30s, so I'm probably going to have to do it too, because make no mistake, the toe next to my big toe grows over my big toe and rubs on the top of my shoes and gives me blisters.
Because you're definitely just going to be one of those guys. I could tell by the way you walk how you're just... Youth is the only thing that's keeping that body straight up.
Right.
It's just youth.
Right.
But it's destined to be that you're the guy that when people see pictures of what you look like when you were in your early 30s, they go, wow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're not going to believe it's the same person. They're going to be like, gee, that was you? Because you're gonna look like Quasimodo.
It's what it is.
It's what it is.
It's just what it is. But I have lost about 7 pounds just from not eating Pete's for every meal.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, my life I figured out is trying to figure out ways not to eat Pete's.
Yeah.
I have to convince myself not to eat Pete's.
Well, you said something once where you're like, you just can't live in a world where you can't eat Pete's, so you'll just do everything healthy around Pete's.
Yeah, I mean, I was eating a bagel this morning. All right, 2 bagels.
It's what it is.
It's what it is. One with egg and cheese, and the other one with scallion. First of all, let me say...
You're a fat kid.
I'm a fat kid. At heart, I'm a fat kid.
Where did you get the bags from?
The dirty Mex.
The dirty hole-in-the-wall bagel shop? But that's one of the best bagel shops.
Yeah, the bagels are good, but I mean,
Across the street from Picante, one of the best restaurants in Bay Ridge.
Not directly across the street, but across the street.
Yes, you're right. Not directly, right.
And I was, by the way, I do onion. I don't understand why anyone would do any other flavor of bagel.
Okay, so
I never crave anything else besides... You ever notice that? Like, I do onion bagel, and I've never been sick of getting an onion bagel.
Yeah.
I just order an onion bagel. Because I'm a fucking American kid, and I'm consistent.
Well, what's that? What's the bagel order? You get onion bagel with?
I'll do scallion, plain, but usually scallion.
Scallion?
Because if there's the option for scallion, why would you get regular cream cheese?
And what else do you get? What do you add one more thing to that?
Sometimes I'll get an onion bagel, egg, and cheddar.
No, sometimes you get an onion bagel, scallion cream cheese, and what else do you put on it? Stop trying to hide it. What else do you put on?
Okay, sometimes a little salmon.
A little lox, you fucking Jew.
I mean, you gotta have a little salmon on there, too.
A little salmon. J-O-O Jew.
Cause Jews love gefilte fish.
Cause let me tell you something. Cause I like Jewish people. I really enjoy Jewish people and the Jewish way of life, and I have never had lox, but I'm gonna start a fucking Jewish diet and a Jewish way of life.
Cause Jews are just good people. I grew up around them. My best friend's Jewish. My cousin married a Jew.
Your
Ched.
Your Jewish friend named Ched,
Ched
who looks like a Jew. He looks like a super Jew that was made during the Holocaust. He's just jacked. He looks like somebody carved a Jewish person out of a rock.
Well, he's an Ashkenazi.
He's a jack kid who you said is a nice thick piece.
Yeah, he always had a nice piece.
Circumcised piece too, because he's Jewish.
Yeah, well, that's the right thing. You're supposed to get served. It gets dirty in there otherwise, but you do lose a little sensation.
Yeah.
And then you need to increasingly jerk off to weirder things.
I saw your piece when you were peeing by the tree.
Why were you looking?
Well, last week you were peeing by the tree, and I have to be honest with you. In Bay Ridge, we got a tree that we pee by when we're going for our walks, and you were peeing by that tree, and I caught a glimpse of your piece, and you do have a really nice piece, but you have strands of hair towards the end of your piece, and your piece looks a little bit like Eugene Levy. You got a Eugene Levy looking piece.
Cause when your hair's not gelled, you look like one of those troll dolls.
Yeah, yeah.
You know those troll dolls?
Yeah, that's
with the big head and the little hair spiking up.
Yeah,
keep your hair gelled and hide your feet.
My daughter walks around with her hair like that 24/7. My daughter got her first report card today, and the teacher said she's doing good. She's having a little bit of trouble identifying numbers and letters, and the biggest problem they have is that she is very mean to her non-Asian friends.
Wow.
That's really what she said. She said she's got her two girls, Sun Yi, and then the other girl's name is Wanda, but her name, whatever. And those are those are her girls. That's her crew, the two Asian girls, but everybody else, she violently pushes people away from the Chinese girls. So there's something going on with my daughter. She just,
that's not playing on the cast though.
No,
it's in there. Yeah. We got to buy Zach an iPad so he can leave one here because make no mistake, he has no sound effects.
Yeah, well, no, but Zach, he found the original Yas.
He found the original
Yas?
Yas?
But he doesn't have the plug.
I don't have the adapter.
We're going to get him a fucking iPad. You're going to leave it here for Hyenas. Because the other fucking podcasts on this, make no mistake, they don't matter. The only thing that matters is History Hyenas.
Make no mistake, Zach is so fucking effective and a crucial part of the podcast, but he's a 23-year-old kid that will just forget things. It's what it is.
Yeah, because what are they? Is that post-millennial? What are they called?
23? No, they're like prime millennial, right?
No. Millennial, that's probably like a new name for his age. Millennials are like 80s, born in the 80s to 90 something.
What's your friend group called?
I mean,
Zach, or
you were born in 94.
5.
Holy fuck.
Make no mistake, he's wearing an IS 227 sweatshirt, which is the Louis Armstrong School, which is a school in Queens by the Queens Center Mall. And if you went there, you were most likely one thing, an FAG. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, give me Wei Shanxian there.
ISIS was fucking born in 1995. You want to know where I was in 1995?
In college.
I was in fucking college.
You were at American University trying to get puss and hanging out with the kids on the basketball team, and then your friend Marco threw somebody out a window.
Which is a hilarious story that he tried to throw a 6'6" kid out of a window.
Serbs are nuts.
They are nuts, but he's not Serb. He's Montenegrin. Yo.
All the same shit to me, but I know if I said that to somebody else, they would kill me.
Because ISIS was born when Craig Mack was a rap star.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
1993. What was it, Zach Attack?
Flavor in your ear. That was the year he was born.
Zach, you were born in what, 95?
95, yeah.
Wow.
Because I was born when John Travolta was a kid.
Because in 1995, let me tell you what I was doing. In 1995, I was in 5th grade, and I
was hiding the fact that you were gay. That's when you started.
Well, I started hiding the fact I was gay in 1984. But in 1995, I'll never forget, I was at St. Matthias School, and I just started to, masturbate. I didn't have any glue yet, but I get, that funny sensation. And I used to rub my dick on the bottom of my desk in Miss Ciccaroni's class because she was, heavy, but she had big, fat tits.
Yeah.
And she would wear her shirt a little unbuttoned, and I would be able to see her tit, the inside of her tit, through opening of her shirt, and I used to rub my cock and balls underneath my desk. And unfortunately, the girl who would sit in front of me, Kristen Adelson, never knew what was happening. But
yeah, that's a hashtag me too, cuz.
Why?
That's just, you got your dick out. You can't be rubbing it like that.
I didn't have my dick out. It was in my pants.
Yeah, but still, that's creepy.
Yeah, but I was
But you were a
humping the
child.
desk.
You were a child. You were what? 4 years old. Repeat after me. I was 4 years old.
I was 4 years old, and I had no glue.
Yeah.
I would just get a funny tingling sensation.
Yeah.
And I would get that same sensation when I was an altar boy for Father Bell. What it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it is. I mean, it's almost worth it to be Catholic for how freaky you guys become.
Yeah.
If you've ever had sex with an Irish Catholic girl, now you don't know because you like Puerto Ricans.
I like Puerto Ricans and I like black women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, that's how you got off your fucking German island in your DNA.
Yes,
now,
absolutely.
To get off my German, I like to go
Scandinavian.
Because
do you want to take a 4-hour plane ride to Iceland?
No, because yeah, sure. Or I like, of course, my fiance. She's Italian. She's got a little Italian in there. It's perfect. I love
Italian,
my fiance.
Greek. Yeah, but she's a great person and number one. But let's be honest.
But she smells Scandinavian.
Yeah, that's what it is. She smells Scandinavian because if she didn't smell Scandinavian, you wouldn't be interested.
That's right.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you. When we had that layover in Iceland, and we were only in the Icelandic airport for about 45 minutes. But make no mistake, I took a look down at your crotch, and you had full wood. You had full board walking through that terminal. Because make no mistake, you can't handle Iceland.
Do
you remember the girl who was behind us, who all the firefighters were like, that's the hottest fucking girl I've ever seen in my life?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's
at
right.
all.
Because I forgot that your fiance listens to the podcast, and I don't know what you're talking about either.
Yeah, and I really don't know what you're talking about.
Actually, you really don't. Yeah, because you were in your own fucking world then.
Yeah, I was just doing what I was eating fucking herring, you know?
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, they have herring on a plate.
And they had good chocolate in Iceland, too.
They do.
They had nice dark
They
chocolate.
do. But I was saying, if you've ever had sex with a Irish... There we go.
12:30.
Yeah, they know, cuz. You sound like... There's just water in there. There's just liquid in there.
Comes from the depths of my asshole?
Yeah.
Can we post on the Patreon the video that I sent you of those guys lubing their arms up to their elbow with Vaseline and pulling out other guys' assholes?
Did you enjoy watching that? Did you feel anything when you watched that?
To be honest with you...
Where'd you get that?
Somebody said, my boy Worm sent it to me.
So he's a psychopath.
He's a psychopath. Well, I mean, that's what he looks for pervs and shit. Yeah. But apparently that's like a sexual thing in the gay community now where, like, there's a lot of sensation in your asshole. Because I'm down...
What you sent me is so bad that it's still affecting me.
When
I think about the red when it comes out.
What I'm gonna tell you guys, can we post a video
on
the Patreon?
No, we cannot. No,
I don't think you do.
No, let's leave that alone, man.
Well, it's a video.
We're trying to attract a bigger audience.
Well, I'm gonna tell the people right now.
Yeah.
This is how we're gonna attract a bigger audience. The video is guy getting full fists in their ass. And then them pulling out their assholes. And what I'm here to tell you right now, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm 100% prepared to do it, and actually would love to do it, is if we can get to 5,000 Patreon members, go to patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys. 5,000 Patreon members, I will do that live on the cast, and I will let Yannis or Zach, Isis, or whomever they want to hire to lube up their arms to their elbows and pull my asshole out. Because you know what? Here's the thing. It'll probably be pleasurable, but even more important, good way to check for anal warts.
Cuz we're going the wrong way there. I think we got to clean it up a little bit. We'll never get Michelle Obama on this podcast.
Oh my God, we got to get Michelle Obama on.
Yeah, because, I mean, I think we got to go cleaner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sent me a text that said you think our pod is too sophomoric.
Are we? I was asking, do you think we're too sophomoric? Do we need to intellectualize it up? Make no mistake, the matriarchy is pissed that we haven't talked about history in 3 weeks.
They said something?
I have gotten a few messages.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, well, today we're going to talk about the Korean War. Specifically, we're going to talk about...
We are. But make no mistake, we mix it up. That's why we are history and hyenas.
Because sometimes we're just hyenas.
A lot of the time. Yeah. I would say, because that's what hyenas do. Hyenas are technically animals, but they do hyena a lot. Yes. Hyena can be like a verb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm hyena-ing.
Hyenas be fucking hyena-ing.
They be hyena-nan-nan.
Such a cute word, hyena. And we got a picture up today of a couple of hyenas chasing off a lioness from a kill.
Before we get into history, I just want to tell the people that I went and got full blood work. I got checked for everything, pee in a cup. I got no STDs, zero, nothing. So Chrissy clean dick. and my blood sugar, my A1C is down to 5.1, which is not even in the pre-diabetic range. Good to go. I do have high cholesterol. My total cholesterol is 249. My bad cholesterol is high, but my good cholesterol is high. So it's not as bad as you think, but unfortunately the doctor said if this cannot be under control within the next 6 months, I'm going to have to go on statin meds. It's just what it is.
Are you serious?
Well,
is that genetic 249?
I've had high cholesterol my whole life, but it's just at the point where it's like, you have to just start, because look, most likely nothing happens immediately, but it's just you build arterial sclerosis.
Let's be honest, though.
You build plaque up, but it's dietary.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But it's pizza, it's sugar.
But it's the simulators. Let's be honest.
Yes.
You want me to let's just be honest. Let's talk openly
Let's
here.
do it.
Here's the truth.
Okay.
I know your personality probably better than you think I do, because I just watch. Now, here's the deal. You're going to be happy until about, I'm going to say 66, 67.
Okay.
Then at that point, with your personality, what is going to really get you going in your 70s and 80s? So my point is, with your personality, your personality is not suited to be comfortably an old man.
Okay.
Like, I could stare at a tree and be fulfilled for 4 hours.
Right.
You're a type of kid who needs constant stimulation because you have a smaller amygdala.
Right.
And you need more
yeah,
adrenaline.
Right.
You need more endorphins.
Okay.
So when you get into your early 70s, I mean, nothing's really going to cut it. You're going to have to put a belt around your neck and jerk off to...
What about my kid? Will that help?
Your kid will help.
Yeah.
Your kid will help, but she'll be grown up by that point.
And not care about me.
And
unless I have a grandkid.
Because, I mean, you just hope that you don't know. You just want to make sure that the guy she dates wears shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. Yeah.
He wears shoes.
Just want to make
Let's
sure.
try to figure out the most politically correct way to say she wants to date a nice guy. We want to make sure your daughter dates someone who knows where J. Crew is.
I just want to make sure my daughter dates a guy who, on his free time, doesn't hand out his CDs in Times Square. That's just what I want.
We just want
That's all I want.
We just want to make sure Delilah is hugging a guy who owns a Patagonia.
I just want to make sure Delilah's husband knows that New England actually isn't in England. I want her to know what the foliage is.
I just want to make sure Delilah is dating a guy who's not scared of oysters.
Yeah.
Or squirrels.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure Delilah's husband can swim. Wait, Shanshia.
I mean, you are fucking slacking.
Are you fucking nuts? You're
are
gonna
you
get us arrested.
fucking nuts?
Yeah.
Zach, I know you're sitting there enjoying
What
this,
the
but
fuck?
what the fuck,
Do you
man?
want us to ruin our career? You gotta wait Shanshia the shit out of that.
You're leaving us out here to try.
Holy shit.
I just want to make sure Delilah's
Yeah.
boyfriend
Yeah.
knows at least 3 players on the Islanders.
That's all I want to know. I just want to make sure that Delilah's new husband's ancestors were landowners.
Can we get like 6? This is we need 6, and then give me 5 Hail Marys.
Yeah.
No, of
Yeah,
course.
No, I don't care.
All you care about is that he's a good guy.
Of course, and he's got a fucking. I want to make sure he's a good guy, or whatever she wants. If she wants to be with a girl, if she wants to be with a girl, no problem. Lesbians, no problem. And I guess by that time, transgender will be no problem. Not that it's a problem now, but it's fucking. I just don't want her. They're still not having assimilated into society as easily as they could.
Yeah.
As easily as they should be by now. So I just don't want. I think as a parent, you just don't want my daughter to face scrutiny.
Yeah.
For decisions.
Listen, we make a lot of jokes, but here's the deal. I was thinking about this today. We live in an era right now where somehow the people who grew up unexposed to other ethnicities have kind of taken control of the national conversation, and they have hijacked it with this fake politeness, and what it really means is those people never want to be around real ethnicities. If you notice, even in the comedy scenes, the ones that they pick, they don't really act like those ethnicities, really.
No.
They act fucking white.
Absolutely.
Let's just call it what it is.
It's just the truth of the
It's what
sitch.
there's a lot of funny fucking kids that are in different scenes that those people don't go to.
Yeah.
They don't go to the.
Yeah.
So just because we make jokes and things like that, just understand we're a lot less racist than you are.
Yeah.
Okay? And I can see through your bullshit
Mm-hmm.
because that over politeness that you do is just
Fake.
hiding the fact that you're uncomfortable around minorities.
Fake.
You're
Yep.
only comfortable around white kids in camper shoes who have facial hair and who have a fucking mailman's bag around their J. Crew collared jacket.
Yes. Couldn't agree more. Cause
Yeah.
we are fucking. Today's a special episode, and it's another one that's going to be near and dear to your heart, and it's fucking history heavy. We're going to talk about the Korean War, and we're going to talk about a specific battle that your pops, the great Chris Pappas, actually fucking fought in, which is woo wild.
Yeah, Korean War.
It's first of all, the Korean War is known in history as the Forgotten War because it came right on the heels of World War II. In 1951, it started, and it was basically just a bunch of it was it was basically about it was really like the preemptive kind of war to the Cold War. It was communism versus capitalism, pretty much, right?
Not preemptive. It was the first and only actual, conflict that we were openly involved in, not as a proxy, but openly involved in.
Right. No, but I'm saying it was before the Cold War, though.
To stop, yeah, but the Cold War wasn't a war. The Cold War was kind of like an arms race.
Right. It was the actually only war that U.S. has fought in the nuclear age, like real war, like the first one that they fought in the nuclear age.
Well, the only war that we fought openly against communism.
Right.
I would say that. Everything after that has been a proxy struggle.
Through whatever. Right.
We're arming these people, they're arming those people, and the Russians and Americans have kind of aggressively dealt with one another.
Right.
Where this was the only time that we were actually we were there. We were there. The Chinese came and defended the North Koreans. The Russians, it was just, I guess, a little weaponry, but they weren't actually there because that would have been bad.
Yeah.
It's funny that in the back of our minds that sanity has prevailed a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if the Russians show up and we show up, or nowadays if the Chinese show up and we show up,
the planet's ending.
It's over.
The planet will just go.
It's kind of over. We can't keep fucking around like that. Like, it has to end. So the Korean War is the only war that really dealt with that rivalry that was inevitable and started in World War II with Stalin.
And we still had 35,000 people that died in the Korean War.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not going to talk about the Korean War in total. We're going to talk about the battle.
We're going to talk about Outpost Harry.
Outpost Harry,
which was a very important battle in the Korean War. And Outpost Harry was an area that was approximately 60 miles, which if you're in Canada, first of all, hey, how you doing, bud?
Hey, and also England. We have a lot of listeners in England now.
You wanna fucking go, bud?
Yeah, England, hey, thanks for fucking helping us out in the Korean War.
Yeah.
Well, that's an Irish accent.
Well, you know. You're Chrissy Cockle, so.
Oh, thank you very much for helping us out in the Korean War, will you have you?
Yeah, thank you. So,
thank you.
And for Canadians, if you do the metric system, 60 miles is 100 kilometers. KMs? Kilometers, right? Yeah, they got a better system. I don't know why we do miles, but whatever. So it was 60 miles or 100 kilometers north of Seoul. So it was really close to Seoul, which was, as you know, the capital of South Korea. By the way, how dope is it that there's a city named Seoul?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, just for fucking black people here, we should have one city called. Should we just change Atlanta to Seoul?
Seoul.
Just call it Seoul?
Seoul. We should do comedy in Seoul.
Yeah, but we need one American city called Seoul because black people got fucking soul.
Yeah, Seoul.
Seoul, Georgia. There should be a Seoul, Georgia, or DC should be called Seoul City.
Seoul City, USA, and a lot of and Seoul. Not that like every fucking country that where like they're like free. Not that we gave them all that, but South Korea. I mean, if you look at an aerial map of the world, North Korea's at night. North Korea has no lights on, and South Korea has all the lights on. And make no mistake, the reason why the lights are on in South Korea is because of the boys.
The boys
turn the lights on because you know what? From now on,
and Samsung.
Anytime a South Korean person says, hello, how you doing? What's your name? And so, you know what my name is? Con Edison. I turned the fucking lights on. And I think Con Edison might be gas.
Yeah.
So I fucked up the joke. I'm going to say National Grid. I turned the lights on.
Yeah.
But whatever. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, yeah. So this was an important. It was Outpost Harry is a hill. A lot of these wars happen on hills.
But
hills, because hills are. That's why they build cities with hills. Mm-hmm. It's easier to fight downhill than uphill.
It's all about getting the higher ground in the art of war. That's all it is. It's just whoever gets the high ground first wins the battle. And that's just what it is.
Because you look at sex like a battle, and you like to have the high ground, and you like to get the girl on her knees.
Yeah, I like to have the high ground, and my move is to turn them around. So in some ways, out of the corner of my eye, it still looks like a man.
So, like we said, the Chinese were there. This was this conflict, Outpost Harry, which lasted. There was a couple of days. It was 5. How many days was it?
8 days.
8 days.
The whole thing was 8 days.
Outpost Harry. The Battle of Outpost Harry. 8 days.
8 days. 88,000 rounds of Chinese artillery fell on Outpost Harry. Cuz, make no mistake, I think that Outpost.
Is it Chinese artillery or that's the United Nations forces artillery fell on the Chinese?
It says Chinese. They shelled us with 88,000 rounds.
So we must have shelled them with more. And
cuz, make no mistake, don't forget this battle happened between June 10th and June 18th. So if me or my ancestors were there, what does that mean? It's hot, high temperatures, and there's Chinese on the other side. They weren't safe.
You would have went out there like the Hulk.
Yeah, nobody was safe. If this war would have been fought in January, we may have lost. But since it was fought in June, that's why we won, because they're not safe.
That's right.
Yeah.
So make no mistake, this battle got to the point where it was, on many of these days, hand-to-hand combat.
Right.
So it was American battalions that were warring, and and then they would reinforce each other. And there was one Greek battalion there called the Sparta Battalion. There was Spartan battalion,
and that's why you like this one, because it's got a big Greek influence.
Well, yeah, it was a Greek expedition.
Let me ask you a question.
Holy shit. My brain.
Alzheimer's?
Expeditionary. Holy shit.
Wow, because you're an educated kid.
Shit.
Because it has begun.
Because it's begun. Expeditionary.
Wow. Because who's the president of the United States?
Because is it John Will
Come on, you know who it is.
Obama?
No. Come on.
Oh,
who is it?
Führer Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So the expeditionary force called the Greek expeditionary force called the Sparta Battalion was there, and they fought viciously, supposedly.
The
Greeks fought very viciously.
Well, you know what's something that just like a little thing about what I found fascinating about like Greek battalions, and it's just like, I don't know, I just thought it was wild. Greeks were, a lot of the American soldiers and soldiers from, the other UN nations that were there they would prefer to shoot the enemy, from afar, and there was no charges. Greeks showed up to the battle with bayonets. So everybody else had AK-47 and swords. They showed up with bayonets like it's the 1600s.
Yeah.
So they showed up with bayonets because they preferred to charge the Chinese lines, and they would hand-to-hand combat, stab the Chinese, and then clean their blades off in front of the dying Chinese. They would clean their blades off, and it actually got to the point where the Chinese would avoid certain battles where they knew the Greeks were, because they didn't want to get stabbed.
That's right.
That's crazy.
Here's some of the soldiers from the American battalion talking about the Greek Spartan division, which is kind of dope.
And then we heard this roar and big cloud of dust, and here come a convoy driving across there. And it was the Greeks arriving at Outpost Harry. And when the truck pulled up nearest me, there was a man standing up against a cab playing a musical instrument, something like a concertina, I would call it. And the men were singing. They were all jovial. And I thought, man, that's the way to run an army. I said, I like these guys.
The Greeks built a fire down along on the front lines there, and they were singing and making all kinds of noise, and And they do that to try to entice the Chinese to kind of come down and see what's going on, you know. Well, then they would have their ambush patrol out, and they would capture them or take care of them, you know. And I thought that was pretty clever. The Greeks were darn good soldiers. We loved them.
And we all got to love them very much because they were fierce fighters. They, I don't think, ever retreated.
I can remember looking out the trench door, and this one Greek, there's two chinks come in on him with just old bayonets. They both had bayonets on rifles. But I tell you, friend, I was scared to death. And he just exploded, knocked the rifles out of their hands, and grabbed the little old guy by the necks and punched their heads together. And they were still the rest of the time then.
What I remember about them is they had no fear. They were the best bayonet people in the world. And after every...
So there you have it. There's a.
I mean, the fact that they were even using bayonets in 1951 is fucking wild.
Yeah, I know, because it got to the Chinese just charged and they overran the position a few times, so it came down to hand combat. The skirmishes over these 8 days happened at night, and then during the daytime, it was just both sides clearing their dead off. That's how warfare works.
Make no mistake. Let's put ourselves there though. It's terrifying at night. I mean, you can't see anything in front of you. Maybe you get the moonlight if it's a clear night, but it might not be.
Yeah.
So it's pitch fucking black.
Yeah. So
Wild.
we are gonna call Liaison Lieutenant Chris Pappas right now.
Wow. Right now?
Who's my 90-year-old father?
Holy shit.
Who's a decorated veteran, and we're doing this episode for Veterans Day, which was 2 days ago.
Right. Well, no.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And so we're right here in Veterans Day. This will come out a couple days later, but
Whatever.
yeah, my father is a decorated veteran, Bronze Star of Bravery, and was a liaison lieutenant, which means he was an American soldier that, because this was these forces was United Nations forces, there was a couple countries there with the United States. He was a liaison lieutenant for the United States Army for the Greek battalion. So he took the orders from Douglas MacArthur's son.
You can't spit words out today because
Wow.
it's slowly, yeah.
It's
what it is.
Yeah, the end is near.
You had a nice run, though.
And so the end is near. Cuz, make no mistake about me, I did it my way, though.
Absolutely.
Because I did it my way.
You're a resilient fucking kid, too.
Yeah, that's my favorite song, too. And at my funeral, I want you to tell Brittany to play that song.
Yeah.
And so the end is near. I did it my way.
I promise you one thing.
Yeah.
When and if you die, when Brittany remarries, her new husband will have a portfolio and know what the NASDAQ is.
Because I've never seen your piece when it wasn't 3/4 of the way hard, because every video you've just sent me that I didn't ask for,
Yeah.
your piece is trying to get hard.
Yeah. Because make no mistake.
Because why do you send your friends videos of your piece?
Because make no mistake, I'm kind of one of those things, like you said, I'm just Chrissy go.
Yeah.
I don't think about
Chrissy
things.
fucking go.
Chrissy fucking go.
Chrissy green lights.
I just do it, and then I deal with the consequences.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking do.
Are we going to call your pops?
We're going to call my pops.
I can't wait to... Now, Chris Pappas, fucking decorated war hero.
Christos Pappas.
Christos Pappas, decorated war hero, amazing painter, and guy who may or may not have banged out his secretary at his law firm.
Definitely banged out some Korean whores, that's for sure.
Well, he told you that.
Because when he was in his 80s, we were at a diner, and out of nowhere, he just said Korean whores got tight pussies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's what it is.
You guys were just enjoying a grilled cheese, and then he felt like he had to say that because he's just a fucking good, true American.
Yeah.
Let's call Chrissy Pappas.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Pause it.
Oh.
Oh, you want? We can't do it from my. Let's do it from here. Let's do it from you. So
I
it's.
don't want to put the number on the screen.
Oh,
I
Why?
think it'll come off. I think because then
it'll come off okay here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like how you were just doing.
let's call Chrissy Pappas. Here it is. My father, 90 years old.
Fought in the
He's still all
Outpost
there.
Harry in the Korean War.
Outpost Harry, famous battle of the Korean War. We're gonna get a first-hand account from Chris Pappas. Greeks are gonna fucking love this episode.
If your father doesn't pick up,
He's gonna pick up.
100%, right?
Yeah, unless the only time he's not picking up, it's snowing outside, is if he's taking a piss, which happens a lot. You get to an age where you just piss a lot.
Yeah, well, when I went to his house, he was pissing all over the floor.
Yeah, it's what it is. How are you, Dad? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm in the house. Where the hell are you?
I'm sitting here with Chris Distefano. You remember Handsome Face, right?
Who do I remember?
Chris Distefano. Remember Chris Distefano, the kid with the handsome face, who I pal around with?
How you doing, Mr. Pappas?
With the baby's he likes Puerto Ricans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing a radio show. That's what it is.
Yeah, dude.
About Outpost Harry and the Korean War, and we were told that you were there.
It's a mistake. It was only my fantasy.
So you weren't there. It was a dream. You wanted to be there.
A dream. It just happens that I remember my dream pretty well.
Now, Outpost Harry was a famous battle in the Korean War. It lasted 8 days. You were a liaison lieutenant for the American Army for the Greek battalion. Is that correct?
I was a member of the American Army assigned to the Greek battalion.
Right.
I was a Greek battalion as a soldier for the United States.
So what was your role in the Battle of Outpost Harry?
I had nothing to do with it.
You weren't at Outpost Harry?
No.
What was your battle?
What the? Oh my!
The Greek battalion had nothing to do with O.P. Harry.
Yes, they
Yes,
did.
they did.
Yes, they did. All right. Yes, they did. They were there. And from what I understand, Outpost Harry was the battle you were decorated for, and that's where you were, Outpost Harry.
No, I was not decorated for O.P. Harry.
What were you decorated for?
I worked for a lot, really, because I got 2 medals, not 1.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the what the hell was the Valley?
So you were not at Outpost Harry?
Absolutely not. And the Greek battalion was not.
Huh? The Greek battalion was, and my whole life you told me you were at Outpost Harry.
Well, is there anything there, any names in the article that maybe will refresh my recollection?
We're not looking at any right now.
First of all, what was the date of O.P. Harry?
June 10th to the 18th, 1951.
51.
Let me just verify, but I believe. Yep. 1953. I apologize. June 10th to the 18th, 1953.
1953. June 10th to the 18th.
I wasn't there in 53.
When were you there?
Jesus Christ! You think I'm getting? I don't. Oh, Jesus!
Well, what are you gonna do?
I just don't remember. I'm sorry.
This is
All right,
Welcome to the History Hyenas podcast.
You're actually a perfect addition.
Yeah.
So thanks, Dad. I'll call you later.
What were you going to ask me?
It doesn't matter because you don't remember.
I mean, I know I was never on O.P. Harry.
What were you on? So where were you? What do you remember about the Korean War? Okay.
I was in Sherwan Valley, where pretty much nothing happened.
Oh, okay.
The shit hit the fan when they moved the Greek battalion to the right, closer to the water, closer to the ocean.
Were you in any firefights? Was there any? Were you in any battles? Did you see any combat?
Yes, of course. What do you think I got the fucking medals for?
And what battles were they? You don't remember?
I don't remember the names of them.
Yeah. But you remember you had to search dead Chinese bodies for intel?
Oh yeah, that I remember clearly, but I don't remember I remember where we were,
Yeah.
but I don't remember.
Are you familiar with O.P. Harry?
No,
You
I never was near it.
You never heard of O.P. Harry?
Never heard of it.
When did you leave Korea?
You think I remember? When was the armistice signed?
Say again?
That's when I left.
When you left what?
When the armistice was signed.
53?
Or the ceasefire was signed.
Well,
That's when I left.
Well, O.P. Harry was right before that. And my whole life you told me that you were there at O.P. Harry. So O.P. Harry was like one of the last battles. Huh?
Who told me I was at O.P. Harry?
You told me. A younger version of yourself.
I couldn't have told you something because I am positive that O.P. Harry was to the other side of where the Greek battalion was.
All right.
Positive.
Okay, well, we got to go, Dad. I'll call you back, all right? Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. That was less fruitful.
Yeah,
than
so
I
that
thought.
was what we call in the biz a bust.
That's what you call a bust.
So do you think...
Some people are just not born to be entertainers.
Let me think. Yeah, but no, but the thing is,
He's
with your dad,
90. He's over 90 years
That's
old.
what. So do you think he did find Outpost Harry, but because he's 90 now, he doesn't have a memory, or he didn't find
Well,
Outpost
what
Harry?
do you think?
And you're a true sociopath, not me.
No. What do you think? How would I know of Outpost Harry? And how come we know the Greeks were there? And he goes, the Greeks weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty lucid. I would say he's 99% there, but very recently, if you catch him at a moment when he's a little tired, his memory's just a little off. And he just struggles. I think he's just struggling to remember. He was at Outpost Harry. The Greeks were at Outpost Harry.
What are the chances during that conversation he peed on the floor?
Hi. When you get to that age and he has prostate cancer,
Just
as well,
dribbles.
It's just a dribble. My dad's 90.
Cause make no mistake.
Yeah.
I have an original art piece from your pops hanging up in my apartment that you gave to me.
Yeah.
That gets commented on every time a new piece of puss walks in. No. No, every time a new person walks into my house, they say, this is a beautiful piece. And make no mistake, it's from a one Christos Pappas who may or may not have banged his secretary when he worked at his law firm and also may or may not have fought Outpost Harry. We just don't know.
Now, did Lynn like it, though?
Lynn fucking loved it.
That's all that
Lynn
matters.
asked that Mr. Pappas commission a piece of artwork for her.
Now, what it is just when you have parent-teacher conferences and all that, there's just going to be two sides to Delilah's family.
Right.
That's what it is.
It's
two different cultures.
Yeah, there's going to be two.
But you guys are from the same neighborhood.
Same neighborhood, but there's going to be two kinds of Christmas gifts, too, that the teachers get. From my side, they'll get, from my mom, a nice gift card to, somewhere really not, maybe Williams and Sonoma or West Elm. The teachers get a nice gift card. They'll get a nice bottle of champagne, or maybe, they'll get like a nice, cookie assortment. And then from Delilah's mom's side, they'll get some type of hand-me-down wrapped up in aluminum foil that will that they may or may not need. So that's just what it is.
On the night of the first attack,
okay,
the first night of the Battle of Outpost Harry, check this out.
Okay.
The Chinese, or as that veteran who we played before would call them.
Yeah, he had a name for them.
Yeah, he had a name for them that he called them.
Oh, by the way, before we get into it, I just want to say one thing really quick, which is fucking wild. The leader of the commander and leader of the Chinese troops on that day, name was first name Xiao, but last name Xuanjin, Wei Shanxian. That is their last. The guy's last name was Wei Shanxian.
That's him.
Yeah, that was him.
That's him. Wow. Anyway, the Chinese, or the Inks, outnumbered the defenders of the hill Harry,
which included your father,
which the Greeks called Haros, which is the Greek word in Greek mythology for it's the ferryman to the underworld of Hades. So Haros. And that's what they called it while they were there. But the Chinese outnumbered those defenders 30-1. That's a lot.
That's fucking nuts.
That's
actually.
crazy, yeah.
Imagine 30 people.
Yeah, and the Americans, this is wild, dude. This is so wild. The Americans napalmed them.
What is napalm again?
Fuck. They
What does napalm do? It like lights the air on fire, right?
yeah, and it's like poison. Yeah, they stormed the slopes, and it just was hand-to-hand combat. It was just hand-to-hand combat.
Like old school, like it's Braveheart.
Yeah, I mean the Chinese just the way they fought, and part of it may have to do with the communist philosophy. Is like it's for the greater good. It's not about the individual.
If you die, you die. You live on through your nation.
Yeah, it's for the whatever. I mean, they just charged, man. They just charged like ants. Like, you know, like how ants will sacrifice themselves.
Yeah.
Because make no mistake, this war, there was heavy artillery. And this battle, like you said, I mean, fucking rounds and rounds of heavy artillery was getting just shelled on each other.
Yeah, and people don't talk about it. You talk to the average American person, they can't tell you anything about the Korean War.
No.
It's called the forgotten war in history.
Yeah, man.
But it shouldn't be. I mean, 35,000 Americans died. God knows how many Chinese and Koreans died. Probably a lot.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Dude, the first night, all but a dozen Americans had been killed or severely wounded.
The first night?
Yeah, that means like all but like 12 Americans had it. They had
So
been
everybody
overrun.
got killed.
They had been completely overrun. And that was Company K on the first night, had been completely overrun by the Chinese.
Holy
wow, but they
shit.
were reinforced by a reserve platoon, company, a 3rd Battalion. It was a 3rd Battalion, another company, another battalion, and they reinforced it. And then there was companies E and C, 15th Infantry. I don't know what these all mean. I don't know. I don't know how it works. There's companies, there's platoons.
I don't know.
More fucking guys showed up.
Yeah, I just
more
don't
of the
know.
boys.
More of the boys.
More of the fucking boys showed up.
But Cuzzie, was there a draft for the Korean War, or was it just Marines?
No, there was a draft for the Korean War. There was a draft. My father joined though.
He just joined
My
up.
father joined. My father played football at Ithaca College.
Yeah.
And he joined up after college. So he was 22 or 23.
Out there, and he just joined because he felt like he had to.
He just wanted to go. I don't know why.
Because your father must have just missed World War II. He was probably he was probably in high school during World War II.
Correct.
But he fought in the Korean War.
He fought in the Korean War, yeah.
Fucking wild.
So that's what it was.
He knew a lot of dudes that died then, right? He had friends who fucking died in that war.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean,
that was a real deal war. It's not like, wars.
That was a real deal all out war.
That was like a 3 year fucking war.
Yeah, like war. We were at war with the North Koreans and the Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what it was. And the Greeks didn't show up until June 15th, the night of June 15th to the 16th. And they fucking fought valiantly.
And without the Greeks, we wouldn't have won Outpost Harry, right?
Probably not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you quantify that, but
well, I mean, from all the American soldiers' accounts, it was like without the Greeks, we wouldn't have fucking won.
Yeah. Well, they held the line, and that's what it was. They held it. So the United Nations forces during Korea, back then it was about. The reason why we went to war in Korea is because we wanted to hold the line because the North Koreans, the communists, wanted to take over all of Korea. And we felt it was the domino effect theory back then. If you let one fall, they'll all fall. And so we decided in Korea we were going to defend it.
Right.
And, God, if you look at it now, I mean, communism is stupid. It doesn't work.
Right.
It's whatever it is, it sounds like a nice idea, but it's fucking stupid. And it's not real. And it leaves us very vulnerable to evil. It is what it is.
Right.
I mean, capitalism's not perfect, but it's a better system. So you got to say maybe the Korean War was a moral cause. I mean, if you were to ask South Koreans, they would probably tell you it was a moral cause.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, just look at a fucking aerial picture of Korea at night, and the lights are off in North Korea, and the lights are bright as can be in South Korea. And America and the UN troops made that happen. If we didn't intervene, because make no mistake, Truman almost did not intervene. And if he didn't intervene, then all of South Korea would be North Korea, and Korea would just be, in total, a communist lights-out nation. And it's not now. And even North Korea, I think we're living in a time where North Korea won't be communist forever.
You think so?
I do. right? Isn't it? It feels like it's already getting better there. Kim Jong-un seems like he's more, seems like he's not as nuts as he was. Or you think it's all a ploy?
I think he has a grip on that country, and I think there would have to be a bloody revolution or something. And I don't see, with the support of the Chinese, I just don't see it changing anytime soon.
Can we visit North Korea as Americans? You're not allowed to go. Like, can you stay in a hotel in North Korea? Is there
No.
like a downtown Pyongyang?
No, it's a closed country.
Like, we can't go.
You could go through China somehow.
Right.
People have done it, but I think you got to fall through some loopholes to get it done. You got to be a journal. You got to.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I know that student
You
who
can't
like
just
they
walk
Captain
around
killed.
with your camera
Like, you
on,
can't
yeah.
just go. You can't just visit North Korea.
No.
Okay.
No, you can't do
There's
that.
there's no flights.
And I bet you, it's millions and millions and millions of people that live in North Korea. How many fucking millions of people live? I mean, a lot of those people are fucking brainwashed. Most of
Absolutely.
them, and they live in fear, and they believe that they're in a great place and that we're evil.
Let me ask you a fucking question, and I think a question that everyone wants to know.
25 million.
25 million North Koreans.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's a lot, and they're all in the army. So they have a
Jesus
huge fucking. We can't just walk over North Korea. Like that's a military.
We could blow their fucking country up, but
Well,
we
they got
can't do
nukes,
that.
too.
Yeah, but we could just fucking blow them up before they get a chance to even set them off.
But let me. Ask
We don't need troops anymore.
Well, let me ask you and we're not going to need them soon because artificial intelligence, they're going to start arming them on robots. Then it's going to be whatever country puts out the best robots, which unfortunately is probably going to be the Germans.
It's what it is.
Yes. But I think what everybody wants to know is North Korea versus South Korea, or let's just start North Korea. Fumes or no fumes for North Korea?
Oh God, that's a tough question.
Because it's 25 now. Because they are, maybe they're brainwashed and they're communists, but they probably are clean people.
Truth is, I think fumes is less dictated by your geographical region prior to what we've said in previous episodes.
Okay.
And more to do with your personality. I
Yeah.
think more beautiful people have more fumes. And the most horrible people have less fumes.
Really?
Yeah.
So you
it's like the
think
devil tempting you with the smell of.
interesting. So a really good person could have fumes.
Yeah, because think about it. Broccoli is good for you,
Yeah.
but it's got fumes.
It gives you fumes.
But have you ever smelled shawarma?
Good.
Not good for you,
But
it's got no fumes.
no, yeah.
It smells good.
It's a good analogy. We never did Zach. Do you think does Zach have fumes?
Of course he does. We
Yeah.
already covered that.
Oh, we did?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
he's a
good.
dirty fucking jihadi with a body.
But even though I got a big butt,
and he stopped taking steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah. He only did like 1 or 2 cycles, right? You know that from.
Do you still eat once a week? What's your new diet plan?
No, I got me a 4 Rome and it threw off my whole.
Yeah.
That's why
shit,
you're always
that's what it
fucking. Yeah,
is.
that's why. Yeah.
You see?
You're gonna fall into a depression when she breaks your heart.
Yeah, unfortunately, what's going to happen? Here's what I'm telling you. What's going to happen?
No fumes.
If she a 4 Rome, no fumes. Do not bring her to the studio or around the Comedy Cellar because if Pete Davidson sees her, he's going to take
And
her.
he will send a video of her sucking his dick.
Pete Davidson, no fumes, big cock.
So on the night of June 17th, the Chinese, in a last-ditch attempt, threw everything they fucking had, one desperate attempt to dislodge the defenders, the boys from Outpost Harry. They tried everything. They ran at them. They screamed. I don't know. What would they do?
Well, they would scream.
What would you say? What would you have said on that on the Netflix show that you were on? What was it called again?
Ultimate Beastmaster.
What would you have said on the Ultimate Beastmaster? You would have said they threw what at them?
Duck sauce.
Oh God. So this got wild. That night, the men of P Company, Sparta Battalion, Greeks, they bore the brunt of the Chinese attack that night. Unfortunately, friendly artillery pounded the slopes around the trenches where the Greeks.
They killed the Greeks by accident?
The Greeks fucking defended wave after wave of Chinese attackers.
But you said
on
there
the
was
night.
friendly fire.
Friendly fire because they had overrun the position and going hand-to-hand combat. So yeah, there
So
was
some
probably a lot
Greeks
of
got
fractures.
shot by their own guns.
It's what it is.
It's what happens in war.
American artillery, yeah. But the Sparta Battalion drove off the Chinese. They drove off the Chinese on June 17th. The Americans, with the help of the Greeks, but the Sparta Battalion was right out there up front. The Sparta Battalion, because the Greeks, make no mistake, if you look back at history, I don't think there's a group of people where in some of the most famous battles in history who were severely outnumbered and prevailed. They prevailed in World War II against Italy. I mean, Italy's like 100 times the size of Greece. If you could look that up for us, how much bigger Italy is. And then the famous war between Persia, the Persian Empire, and the Athenians, which was just a city-state, where they were outnumbered fucking... We'll do an episode about that.
Is that what the movie 300 is based on?
No,
Is it that battle, Leonidas?
No, before that. This was before that battle. When the Athenians repelled a fucking much bigger Persian army, because the Greeks, make no mistake, have a deep passion.
Yes.
And if you fuck with their freedom, that's why Greeks don't like to have a boss, and they like to own a joint. Because Greeks love freedom.
Right.
They love freedom.
Italy is about 2 times bigger than Greece and has 51 million more people.
Wow. Yeah,
So
we're not looking at the space. We're looking at the population is 51 more million.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Greeks really are like
Tiny.
There's not that many people. It's just, do we just know? Am I just so accustomed to Greeks because we live in New York?
That's right.
Other places like I've never met a Greek, nor like they don't know what.
Because there's only like 1 million Greeks in the whole country.
But most of them live in New York.
A lot of them live in New York, or
Cleveland,
a couple cities.
Astoria.
Yeah. How many Greeks in America? I think it's like 1 million. Make no mistake, if I was Indian, kid, I'd be on a plane. That's private.
Yes.
About 1.3 million. However, there are estimates that raise the number to 3 million.
You know how little that is?
That's not.
That is.
Yeah.
They're one of the smallest ethnic groups.
Right.
Because they come from Greece has ended up being a very small country. That's the thing. You think there was no Greek Empire. I guess Alexander, but was he Greek? I mean, he came from the north, Macedonia. He spoke Greek. Yeah, he was Greek. So that was the Greek Empire. Alexander. He was the great. But before that, in Greek's heyday, antiquity, when democracy was invented, all that shit, Pericles, the age of Pericles, they were city-states.
Yeah.
The 2 most famous being Sparta and Athens. But Rome was the real, when a girl, she's for Rome, means she's for the empire. You can't say she's for a city-state.
Right.
That's a level below for Rome.
It's just Italians, right?
So there was no Greek Empire, but what the Greeks created, the ancient Greeks created, obviously you can see it in the architecture of all the most important buildings all over the Western world and the Eastern world, and what they've done with their philosophies and science, and it's had such a huge impact on the world, but it wasn't really, the impact and the ideas were bigger than the actual, at the time, empire. It wasn't really an empire.
Right.
It was not an empire.
It just wasn't.
Yeah. So that's what it was. The Persians had a fucking huge empire. The Greeks had cities, and make no mistakes, typical of Greeks, they like to fight with each other.
Yeah.
Sparta and Athens like to fucking fight with each
Yeah,
other.
because make no mistake, you punched your 6-year-old brother in the stomach last Christmas.
He hit me in the back of the head first.
Yeah, but it's just what it is. And then you made your 90-year-old father, who doesn't know what the fuck is going on right now, break it up.
So there was a total of 5 presidential unit citations given for action at Outpost Harry. 1 Medal of Honor and numerous other personal awards for valor.
Oh, there was a Medal of Honor given out at the Outpost Harry?
Outpost Harry,
nice.
yeah. There was a lot of medals. That's like 90-something. My dad has 2. My dad's got a Bronze Star, and then the Greek king gave him some sort of Medal of Bravery.
Does he have it on
he
display
has
at
those,
the house?
Yeah, he has a. Yeah,
you just said that so okay. He has those, yeah.
He has those, yeah.
Sometimes it just pops out with Yannis. Yeah, he has them, yeah.
But he hated it. They were in the basement as I was a kid. They were just in the basement. But now in his apartment, he has them hanging.
I wish when I went over there, we would have seen them.
We probably did. I probably should. Did I didn't show it to you?
No.
Yeah, I got pictures of it.
To show
I will post the picture of it on the Patreon.
Yeah.
And maybe even the Instagram, whatever. Join the Patreon, by the way.
Yes, Medal of Honor is a show on Netflix that I've been watching, and it's about different U.S. Medal of Honor recipients. It's like a docu-series about them, and it is fucking fascinating and unbelievable. I want to talk a lot about Medal of Honor recipients and maybe pick 1 or 2 for the next episode, because, I mean, it's just nuts. It's nuts to just fucking, when you're awarded a Medal of Honor by this country or whatever country you're from, to like, it's just basically like guys who are just like, fuck it, I'm gonna die, but I've accepted I will die in this battle, but I'm going to save every single person or as many people as I can. So I'm going to save their lives. And it's not like, oh, these medal, because sometimes I was like, oh, you know, because there were a couple of Medal of Honor recipients that survived. And when I was watching the documentary, I was like, oh, maybe they did that. You know, of course, it's extreme bravery and courage, and I would never be able to do that. But I'm like, maybe they didn't have a wife, maybe they didn't have kids, maybe they had no family, but they all have wives, kids that they're just like, look, they're going to be alone because I'm going to die right now, but I'm going to save lives, and my memory will live on and hopefully help them have better lives. And it's just what it is.
When you go to D.C., you have to go to the Korean War Memorial. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
If you go there, like, it's just so... Have you ever been to the Korean War Memorial?
I don't think so. I mean, I got to be honest, like, it's the forgotten war for me, too. I don't know much about the Korean War until recently.
Yeah, I mean, the Korean War Memorial in D.C. is just so gorgeous and moving because it's like these life-size stone statues of soldiers, like, as they were in battle. And if you go there on, like, a rainy, misty night... Because they're all wearing ponchos.
You're a gay kid.
They're all wearing
misty
ponchos.
night,
Yeah, rainy, misty night. DC's a romantic date city.
Cause you want to go to.
I fell in love with my girl in DC.
Because do you want to go to? Yeah.
If I could feel love.
Yeah. Do you want to have a fucking picnic soon?
Cause do you?
Yes. I want to read out the newest members of the Patreon. That's what I want to do.
Let's do it.
We have a new fucking members of the Patreon. So every week, if you guys don't know, thank you so much, you know, for all the support, of course. But if you guys don't know, if you go to patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys and you join the matriarchy, we read your name out live on air right now, and you get to hear your cute little fucking name.
Fucking cute.
And then Yanni Pappas guesses what ethnicity you are.
Let's do it.
So first one up, Hannah Marie Stevenson.
I mean, welcome to the Gap. That is white.
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 Okay. Next up, Aaron Lagaki.
We have a Legaki, so
Lagaki. I think he's a Polish kid.
Could be a Polish kid. Hi, how you doing? How do you get a one-armed Polak out of a tree? Wave.
Wait. Yeah.
Where did that stereotype come from that Polacks are stupid?
I don't know.
It's so it's like a left hook out of left field.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that happened.
People always fucking with Polish people, but I like them, and make no mistake, the women are pieces. Here's the next person who I think, you know, you'll try to guess it, but I think he put it in there. He's joined for he has joined for $10, so thank you so much. And his name is Piece of Shit Edward. I'm sorry, Piece of Shit Mexican Edward.
So he's a Mexican kid.
Yeah, and he's also a self-proclaimed piece of shit.
Yeah, well, at least he's honest. We're all pieces of shit.
Piece of shit Mexican, comma, Edward.
Make no mistake, he's not a piece of shit because he's Mexican. He's a piece of shit because he's a human being, and we're all pieces of shit. Look what we do with these big brains. We stink.
We're bags of shit.
Yeah.
Next up, Matthew Chanda.
Matthew Chanda.
Chanda. It could be Chanda or could be Shanda.
Chanda. That is he an Indian kid?
He's a college kid.
You
too.
can't do this voice anymore because they just took off Apu from The Simpsons.
Oh.
You can't be that. This is an offensive voice.
Next up, Dildo McAfee.
Oh, that's an Irish kid who
joined for $10.
Likes to whip himself with a belt every time he has sex thoughts.
Yes, the next one up is Cero, Sero.
Cero, that's a black kid. Whenever you go one name, we got a black kid.
$10.
Yeah. Cero went for $10?
Yeah.
Maybe he's not a black kid. Yeah, they don't tip that great.
Yeah. Wei Shang. Then we got Javi Gonzalez.
Now that is, let's guess.
Piece of shit Mexican? Wei Shang.
He is a Hispanic kid.
Yeah. Then we got Arbor Deli.
Arbor Deli.
Is that just a deli that joined?
Yo, that kid is smart. Whoever did that probably owns that deli and just got himself a free fucking shout out to 1 million people.
Yeah.
Because make no mistake, we're up to 1 million listeners.
Yeah, Arbor Deli. Now we got this one. I think even I could. Wyatt Keith.
Wyatt Keith.
I think it's black, right?
Wyatt Keith, we got to go black. Yeah.
Yeah. Wyatt Keith and yeah.
It could be Wyatt Snack.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, he's a friendly kid.
This one looks like a piece. Yeah. Katie Hickok.
Make no mistake.
Are you a piece, Katie?
Katie is that's a white girl, and she could be a piece.
Piece. Also, another one who looks like a piece, Rachel Magnus.
I can't call her piece, but you can. Rachel Magnus, that's a Scandinavian chick.
No, ho, 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 fumes. Thank you. Welcome to the matriarchy. Next up, we have Daniel Rivera.
Is that a wasp kid?
That's a waspy little fucking kid.
No, that is a Puerto Rican from New York City.
Yes. Then we got, this is a black kid, Kenneth J. Drummond.
Cuz we got a lot of black kids. We love you.
We love you. Thank you for support.
Thank you for your fucking service, son.
And then this last girl, last but not least, she also looks like a piece. Her name is Emily Reed, parentheses, the Hyenas have reached fucking London wild. That's the name for Patreon.
Hello. Well, we're going to come to London soon and do a show for you.
Yeah, we're going to come to little baby fucking London town and we're going to pour tea on my balls.
We'll do a fucking live podcast for you.
And now there was one that you needed to remember. Who's the other one that you needed to remember?
Oh, I think she was... Can you say it? Because my girl gets mad. Listen, this is entertainment. She's a fucking piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to read one who apparently we've forgotten, and I don't know how this keeps happening, but I want to give a special shout out to my girl Marcy Diaz. How do you... Marcy Sansolo? I don't know. Her name's Marcy, and it's either Sansolo or Diaz. I don't know, Dease. Thank you for your service. Wepa, wepa, wepa. Or you're Italian. I don't know. Because make no mistake, sometimes you can't tell between Puerto Ricans, Greeks, or Italians.
It's just what it is. They all got a mustache.
It's not what I meant, but
yeah.
Chris is always good for a Wei Shangxian.
Wei Shangxian, and they're all fucking hot, and I just fucking love. Listen to me. I love everybody, okay? I love it all, and I'm so happy to be doing this podcast. I love history. I love Hyenas. I love Yanni P. I love Zach, fucking a.k.a. Zachy Jihadi with a body, and I just love the matriarchy and all the support that you guys and girls have given us. Go to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. Join up the matriarchy, and also, little kiddies, you can go to chrisdcomedy.com and check out all my dates. I got a lot of dates coming up. I'm coming to Chicago. I'm coming to Denver. I'm coming to Boston. I'm coming to Philadelphia. We got a lot of cute little dates coming up. chrisdcomedy.com and then Christy Comedy on all social media.
And remember, yeah, you can, you know where to find us. You just look up for where we're going to be in your town. But most importantly, I got to say it every episode, guys. Tell your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Send a text, post it on your gram, whatever it is, at a party. Recommend the cast to 1 or 2 people, and you have done a great service to us because that's how we keep growing. And make no mistake, we appreciate your service.
Thank you.